Hi everyone, welcome back to another scrapbook layout video, and thank you for joining me again today. And welcome to the What Does School Look Like for You video YouTube hop. There are a lot of people participating. I hope this makes your weekend fun, less stressful. If your kids are already in school, I wish you guys well. If your kids are like mine and do not start until after this hop, actually, my kids start on the 14th. Well, okay, one of them does. The second one is in the early college program, so he doesn't start until around the 25th. So anyways, let's talk about my layout. First of all, I'm going to apologize because I covered up a lot of the information, that maybe I thought shouldn't be just put out there on the internet anywhere I wanted it to, for everybody to see. So I do apologize for those blue Post-it notes, but I'm sure that you guys understand. What these are pictures of is a YouTube video that my principal did, or our principal, I guess, for the, I have a fifth grader. He's going to be a fifth grader this year. It was released back in August, and it basically talks about what this year is going to look like. And so I screenshotted it. I thought this was not only great pictures to use for this hop, because the whole hop is about what school is going to look like for you and your children, or even yourself if you're a teacher, but it's also something that I felt maybe, generations from now, they might be interested to know that this is what went on and how the schools handled things, so maybe if they have to do a presentation on the year 2020 and COVID, maybe that is, they can take this page to the schools or something for their own presentation. Anyways, so there's different reasons I documented it. The papers that I'm using is an old collection. I think it's called, let me grab it here. I'm sorry. I thought I showed it in the video. Maybe I do. It's an older Bella Boulevard one, and I do not know what year. I looked for the year and I don't see, but it was their Oh My Stars collection. So I do have like the 6x8 pad, and I have the 12x12 pack, and I didn't even realize I had stickers that I could have used. I'm just now looking over and I see that I could have used some stickers, but oh well, that's fine. I'll talk more about what I use in a minute. But basically, this was a pack where one side, they were like double-sided papers, but almost all of them had stars on it. And then the other side was just rainbow colorful paper. If I can find a link below, I will put a link, but it's such an old collection that I don't know. So anyways, I am following, and I'm going to say very loosely following, because I just went for basically where the papers were and a little bit of where the photos were. A sketch from Page Maps from April of 2014. If you look on their Page Maps, you'll see the double page sketch. And again, I apologize. I don't know why I didn't show that in the video. I must have lost a little bit of footage in the video, because I know I held the collection page up to the screen, but these are the photos. I tried printing some of them. I have the app where you can print 2 3x4s on one 4x6, but for some reason these photos, and maybe it's because they were screenshots on my phone, they would not fit into the 3x4. So I just shrunk them down and printed one on 4x6. So some of them, I actually was going to leave some at the full 4x6, but I decided that I had more photos than I wanted to fit. Basically, I was going to put 3 4x6 where the 4 are and now, and I want to say those are about 3x5.5. So I don't have an exact size. I was just cutting everything down to kind of work for me and trying not to cut off any of the information. Or also in the video up in the very top corner, which you could probably barely see in this video, is the principal. She did a YouTube video just talking about what the plan is and what our options are. So like I said, I screenshot these photos, and I'm actually this is a hard year for me, just not even for my kids. I mean, it's a hard year for everybody, but this would be our 16th year at this elementary school. So my daughter started going there way back, you know, 15 years ago. So, and I have volunteered every year and in all those 16 years. And, you know, they've seen my kids grow up, and I've gotten to know so many of the staff there. It's really difficult. In fact, I told my husband in the spring that if I wasn't allowed to go back to volunteer this year, that I was going to cry. And I kept to that promise because the school district, before this YouTube video came out, and I know they didn't mean it this way, but they did like a live Zoom meeting, you know, for everybody to ask questions and stuff. And I asked the question, or volunteers allowed to go back to the school this year? And they basically said volunteers were non-essential. So first of all, I think they worded that really bad. They should have said that a little bit different, but I know the people and the staff at my school do not think that about volunteers at all. But that didn't help my situation. So that was basically the first time, you know, that I learned that. And obviously I pretty much knew in the back of my mind that we were not going to be allowed back at the school. But the closer the school year gets, the more it's coming true, and the harder it's going to be, because not only is this our 16th year there, but it's basically our last year there. So it's like paying to go to a movie and not getting to see the last 15 minutes of the movie. And yeah, I mean, it's a very, doing the journaling, I got a little teary-eyed. I'm not going to lie, I'm devastated. So the other thing that is ironic is at the end, right before everything shut down to COVID, I was thinking to myself, knowing that my last year there was coming up, that, hey, I'm going to go around one of these days, or I was actually thinking next year, but this was last year. And I thought, I'm going to go around and take selfies with all the staff, and I'm going to do a scrapbook page because I've gotten to know them. I consider them my friends. You know, we talk all the time. They're super kind people. And I had something in the back of my head saying, you should just start taking the selfies now. And I'm like, nah, I'll just wait till next year. You know, I was working, doing copies and stuff like that, and the laminating at the school. I'm having all these thoughts in my head. And then bam, the schools were closed, and now I can't go back next year. And we've lost our assistant principal, who was my daughter's second grade teacher. And so I sent her an email saying, you know, oh my gosh, but she's so sweet. She said, stop by the new school anytime, and she would take a selfie with me there. And they've all been really kind about it, and kind of joked a little bit too. Like, I'm the person that does the laminating at the school, and they joked about putting the laminator outside, and I can do it that way. And you know, putting me on the staff list for like, you know, a minute a day, just so I can have special permissions to get into the school. So that's kind of helped a little bit, but I don't know. It's very hard. And, you know, and then I also think about my son, and being in 5th grade, his last year there, the things he's going to miss out on, because they do special things for 5th graders there. And I wrote about all that in my journaling. You can see I paused the video to do my title, and I was going to make my own title with my alphabet dies. You might have seen me looking through some, but I decided I really need to use up my alphabet stickers. So, and that font kind of reminds me of a school type font. So I went ahead and glued that down, and then I typed up all my journaling, and I could have left my journaling in a block, but I actually like the strip look, and I purposely put them kind of wonky so that they weren't lined up with each other. And luckily, you know, I probably could have kept on typing. The journaling actually fit in there. I was getting a little worried when I was cutting them apart, but luckily it all fit in there. So let's talk about the layout a little bit. I told you that I was using the Bella Boulevard collection, and I will also leave a link below to these die cut pieces. I think I want to say her name is Tracy Reed. Now, I have a love-hate with these. These are basically print and cut things that me and a friend found. And I printed them. The first one, she has a free one on her website if you want to give these things a try. But I did the free one and I had no problem printing them and cutting them. And I have a Cricut and it's like an Air one. So it's like an older one, but it still uses Design Space. So I tried it with the free set, no problem, printed beautifully, cut beautifully, no problem. Then we purchased these other ones like this school one, which there's kind of fun sayings. You can see the back to school kinda 2020 down below, and things look a bit different this year. There was different things that I purchased, and I had the hardest time getting them to print and cut. And I reached out to the person who I bought them from and didn't get much of a reply. But I will leave a link below. It's going to be kind of like buy at your own risk type of thing. If you can figure out how to make them work better. I did eventually figure out how to get them to cut a little better, but each one has like this gray dark line where it's supposed to, that's like the line it's supposed to cut along, but the line showed up so thick. But anyway, I got some printed and I got some cut, and I figured I would use some of them, and they work perfect for this layout with all the different sayings. There's like homeschooling, and then you can see there's that laptop that says virtual school and just different things like that. So I'm basically just adding a bunch of clusters around my page at this point. I did pull out some paper clips that you guys can see. These are old school Tim Holtz from a long time ago. I still have a few of these left over. But I like the kind of neutral color. I thought about pulling out some of my Doodlebug tiny clips, but I don't know. I just kind of wanted to go with just the plain paper clip color, kind of like the copper color. And I just built clusters around. I actually did not ink any of the edges on this layout. I usually ink my edges, and I started gluing down everything, and then I realized I had forgotten to ink the edges before I even realized it. So nothing got inked. And the other thing I really didn't do either is I didn't pop anything up with foam tape. I do that quite often, but anyways, I'm happy with the way this layout turned out. I still haven't taken the Post-it notes off just because I want to make sure I get this video done and not have to replace all those Post-it notes. So again, I apologize that some of the things had to be covered up, but I hope you guys like the video anyway. And I am very excited. There are 40 different channels participating in this hop. There will be links below in the description box, and we are doing this over a few different days. So there probably will only be links to each individual's channels. Some of the channels will be doing a giveaway, and I think it will say giveaway or not. Those ones are personal to the channel. I don't think it's a group giveaway, so you don't have to comment on everybody, but definitely check out the channels. Hopefully, like I said, it'll give your weekend something for you to do all weekend long, because that's a lot of videos to watch. I know it's going to take me a long time to get through all of them, but I was really excited to join this hop, and, leave me a comment below and let me know if your kids have started school and how it's going for them. And I know my son had a lot of troubles because he had the anxiety about being in front of the camera and using the microphone. And so I've already let them know that this year they're going to have to work with me, which I think they will, but, then I also told my husband, if he doesn't learn anything this year, it's only 5th grade. I don't personally remember anything I learned in 5th grade. We're going to try and we're going to do our best, but, I understand these schools are doing what they can. So other than really missing the staff and the teachers, I actually had a dream the other night that I was back at the school helping, and then it dawned on me nobody was wearing masks, and I was all excited, and I thought, this has got to be a dream. And then I realized, no, this isn't a dream. And so in the dream, I thought it wasn't a dream, and it's just chaotic. But I would love to know how your kids are doing with school. Luckily for my older son, he got into the early college program, and they've got it already figured out. They already know that they're going to do online all the way through the winter season. So we're ordering books. So we got his stuff all figured out. We'll have to get him probably a webcam. I did order a webcam to maybe use during my lives, but I figured he could use it. Obviously he needs it more than me, and I don't usually go live very often anyway. I probably won't go live while they're in school anyway. But that is that. So I did add a couple more things around the layout along with the title. My title, I just went with back to school question mark because I thought that was the best way to say, what is this, and then I'm going to take these small little letter alphabets and I'm going to add a couple spots. I'm going to put 16 years here because like I said, this would have been our 16th year at the school, or at least mine. And then I'm going to put 5th grade below because this is going to go in my 5th graders album because this is about his school and pertaining more to him. And then off camera, and I'm just kind of throwing these down a little bit because I'm going to go back and add a little bit of glue to each one because they're not the most sticky. I am going to also add 8 of 2020 up above in one of the clusters just so I can kind of have that, the year on there. And then I'm going to take these Bella Boulevard puffy stars and I'm going to add these around in all the clusters. I actually wanted to use the white ones, but I can't remember where the white ones are. I think they are together with another collection that I was using them with, and so I just decided to go with these black ones. But actually, when I was gluing these black ones down, they kind of almost looked slightly like a dark blue, so it worked out pretty well. Anyways, you can see I added one extra close-up this time around. Maybe you could see those die-cut pieces. You can kind of see the gray line around the sharpener like I was talking about. But please don't forget to check all the videos below. Please like and subscribe if you are new. I would love to have new subscribers. And welcome back if you are one of my regulars. So thanks everybody for watching. Have a great weekend. Bye.